While I walk around a tour of this farmhouse that we just bought in Germany, that I'm going to talk about something else that's happened and the housing crisis and things like that. So essentially, we bought this house in early 2024, and this walkthrough was done in mid-April 2024. Today, someone from the tax office called me up and wanted to know where I live. And I had to try to explain to him in German, which is very difficult for me, that I am homeless and that I have been homeless for 2 years now. So the way that it works with us is that my husband is registered at his parents' house, even though he doesn't live there, and I'm not registered there because I basically refuse to be on the statistical register as a housed person, because I'm not a housed person. I either have to travel to warmer countries in the winter to be able to get through the winter, which I've also done, or I live in my campervan and we rent a little piece of land with what's basically a garden shed on it, and we live in that through the summer, and we get a mobile internet connection so I can continue work. So of course the tax office said to me, "Oh, but you've got to be registered in a house to pay tax." And I said, "Well, that's fine. Just send me a letter and tell me that you can't ask me to pay tax because I'm homeless." And they decided to register me for tax anyway in the same place as where my husband is registered, of course, so they can take several thousand a year from me despite the fact that I'm homeless. Okay, so you can... Oh, and as I talk right now, it is literally 8 degrees Celsius in the garden shed that I'm sitting in right now. And I'm kind of fuming after getting this call because, they just want to charge me another €300 for business tax on top of the thousands that they also already charged me and my husband. By the way, as you can see, this house here that we bought, we had to save up for years. We lived for several years in Berlin in sublets, so that means we have no control over the lease. We have to pay our rent to the main tenant, and we can't get anything fixed in these flats. We have to renovate them ourselves, and basically it's a really crappy situation. We don't get the choice of what we want to rent. We had to rent shitholes, renovate shitholes, and in the end I said to my husband, "I'm so done with this, I'm handing in the notice to the main tenant, and I will go and live in my campervan, because to be quite honest, it's better than living in these horrible sublets." So anyway, after 5 years of saving up our pretty low incomes, we've managed to buy this old farmhouse. Now, what you can't tell from this video is how disgustingly filthy and stinky this place is. We just spent 5 weekends removing all the personal things from this house, and it still stinks. And it's not going to be livable in for many, many months. The other thing is that we've just found out that it basically has 0 foundations. It's got 4 layers of brick in the ground. Those layers of brick are wet through, and we have to get horizontal waterproofing done before we can continue with the renovations. And that means splitting a brick from another brick and putting in this oxy steel or something. And before doing that, you have to dig trenches each side of the wall. So to be quite honest, after all this, I'm just really, really overwhelmed and really pissed off. And I just don't know how the hell we're ever going to manage this. Not only the work, but also the money, because after that there's 60,000 for a roof, and there is all the pipes have got to be dug under the kitchen and bathroom. All the piping's got to be done. The electricity meter you can see on the left has to be moved. So does the phone line. So do the water meters, which are currently in a back room to the left of where you can see now. And it's just so much work and so much money, and I just don't know how we're ever going to make this place livable. So that's an update on the farmhouse.